John Stulp was someone who believes in the future of Colorado, and he believes that farming and ranching is essential to that future. And he was willing to give decades of his life to making sure that future could be realized. It could be planned and then realized.
There have been few people in the history of Colorado, at least in modern times, that have had such a significant impact on Colorado's water future as John Stulp. Probably the most difficult thing we dealt with at the beginning of my time in office was water. When I wanted something done on water, there were only one or two people I would have asked. John was one of a few people in my administration that I could trust to lead a conversation on water.
John Stulp, as kind of my water czar, allowed us to address the droughts and the wildfires, all the water needs in a comprehensive, coordinated fashion. We worked on how to get our water systems in place and begin getting a level of relationships between the different water users in the state. And we kind of cooked up this thing together that we were going to create the first water plan, the statewide water plan for the first time in the history of Colorado. And we both thought it was a little crazy. Everybody says water's for fighting, whiskey's for drinking. Well, in the end, we had over 30,000 people participate in creating this water plan. And John Stulp was the one person who everyone respected and everyone trusted. If he said this is the way it's going to be, people trusted him. And that allowed us to get the consumers along the Front Range in the urban areas, the corn growers out on the Eastern Plains, the hay growers up in the high country. We got everybody on the same page.
John was absolutely instrumental in developing the water plan. I don't think it could have happened without him. He brought a level of respect across all of the different regions of the state, and he was able to build the trust that was needed in order to really advance the state's water planning process and ultimately result in a robust water plan.
In terms of John's leadership on Colorado's water plan, it wouldn't be what it was without him. He really focused how he guided the team and what it looked like, and that to make sure that we never forgot about agriculture.
He certainly knows firsthand the issues of water, both in the dry land and the irrigated and municipal, industrial. He knows it as well as anybody. I feel very lucky to have had an opportunity to be around John Stulp, and I can tell you it lifts my heart every time I walk into a meeting and see that John's there.
His ability to bring people together, to bring different perspectives together, and then kind of figuring out how to meld those into a common goal. I think that's his legacy.
And I think the water plan allowed John Stulp to leave a legacy that he'll be remembered for decades. That no matter what happens with climate change and droughts, no matter what happens with the challenges that water users face, we now have a plan.
For a water group to give John an award, I'm not sure I've been in the presence of something that was more appropriate than that.
He helped teach me how to run the state of Colorado and how to really put my heart and soul into the rural, some of the people that make this state so great. I owe him more than words can say.
I was born in northeastern Colorado near Yuma, Colorado, and that was my home until I went off to Colorado State University. I got a great degree there, and I started farming and ranching with my father-in-law a few years later. If you're involved in agriculture, you're involved in water one way or another, even as a dryland farmer or as an irrigated farmer. Well, I've had a very blessed experience in my life, whether it's personally, and the wife I met and I continued to live with and enjoy, and the family we've raised. And then on the public sector side is trying to be at the right spot, the right time to help make a difference. I really found it challenging and yet very rewarding to work in the water community or water industry, if you want to call it that, because it touches the lives of every Coloradoan, and water is that lubricant that makes our economy go. As we put together the Colorado Water Plan, it gave us an opportunity to kind of step back and see what was important, what had we done right in the past, what we're going to have to do differently in the future. And I think a few things that stand out there is the fact that we have over 5 million, getting close to 6 million people in Colorado now. How are we going to take care of the next 4, 5, 6 million people that come to this beautiful state without destroying the very beauty that we enjoy? But I hope the main theme is that we're all in this together. We all need to be working together to educate the general public and provide this great resource for the general public.